And may I, Salam Alaikum. We thank Allah for allowing us to once again meet with you for congregational prayer service. And to remind you to keep up prayer as we keep up prayer no matter what forces of this world just like you call the air, the rain, the earth, fire. You say earth, wind, water, and fire. You call them forces of, and they have a tendency, if you don't protect yourself, they have the ability to destroy you. If you don't conduct yourself in the proper way, as those forces are all around you, well, the forces of this world are wickedness, iniquity, wrongdoing, and it's all around you. And only the remembrance of Allah, the remembrance of the truth that you have been taught will protect you from being destroyed by the forces of this world. Surely the remembrance of Allah is the great force. You can't just sit in here and look in my face and listen to what I say and then go out and do just the opposite of what I teach and think that that's going to last. It's not going to last. That world going to destroy you that you so obstinately holding on to. You know, that's so. The only protection we have in this fire of wickedness is the remembrance of Allah. And that's the only protection we need.
What happened to the sound?
Beg your pardon? What happened to the sound? So we are in a position that is not good. Or we are in a world that is on fire with wickedness. And everywhere you look, the smoke of it, the confusion, the confused noise of it is taking people down. Most people that burn up, they burn up all right, but they was killed by the smoke, not being able to breathe. And that you notice on days that The forces of nature are not real active. The wind, for instance, we call it mostly wind when it's active, when it can be felt against us just standing there. But on days where it's not actively in motion, we just say we can't even hardly feel it out there. We call it air. But it's the same thing. We just call it by a different name to denote what it's doing. And you notice the air mostly is silent. It's there all the time. It's right in this room right now. But it ain't making no noise. You know. And I just put some in motion there. And it's still silent. When you fan yourself, you notice you fan yourself and you still don't hear it. It's a silent wind. That's a good example of the Holy Scriptures. The silent winds still blows that only she can hear. Shouldn't have been she. You feel pretty cheap calling him she. That only he can hear. And so he goes. Yes. In other words, so he acts on it. And that other part said, not let her cry, let him cry. The voice of one crying in the wilderness. And he sure ain't no lady. He's a lamb. They was hoping that he wouldn't wake up. Our friend Lazarus sleeping. The song said, be careful how you touch him, he might awaken. And sleep is the only freedom that he knows. In our dream, we free. Yeah. In your dream, you don't run nothing. You don't make no laws here. It's just like they done lost their mind now. The Democrats are not impeaching Donald Trump. The House of Representatives is impeaching Donald Trump. It don't say nothing about Democrats and Republicans being able to impeach somebody. It said the House of Representatives, even the investigation that's being done. Both Republicans and Democrats is in that room doing that investigation. But they, the people who own the mass media outlets, they dictate the language that's being used. And if you call them on it, you say, well, we don't mean nothing about it. We don't mean to put Americans against each other. But that's exactly what they mean to do. So when they say the Democrats is impeaching him, the Republicans circle the wagons. Huh? Yes. The House of Representatives is conducting an impeachment investigation. You know, this ain't got nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to have to do with whether a president is fit to stay in office. I mean, he ain't president just of the Republicans. He president of Democrats too. They went to war over having somebody over them that just they had to put up with whether they wanted to or not. That's why they put a way to not have to put up with somebody that don't seem to be have their best interests at heart. But anyway, that ain't none of my business, is it? Okay. So I try to wake everybody. The sun, it don't just shine on Americans. It shines on Canadians. It shines on Mexicans. It shines on everybody with the same intensity. That's now you understand me. So it's not like we got some respect of persons. It don't make no difference who you are. We shine the light on you. Shine the light for you. If you use it, fine. If you don't utilize it, well, that's still fine with us. The sun don't go dim because you don't come out in the light. That sun gonna be just as bright after you die. When you ain't even here no more, the sun gonna keep shining. So what? Civilizations then came and went, and the Holy Scripture, the Son of Man, is still shining. And the latest one that the sun is shining through is the Lord Himself. That's me. So, and that's because the Word and me have become one. That's how I'm able to understand it. You see, and I make you understand it so that you can be judged. It's just like what you see going on right now. They done got confused about how to govern. They've gotten confused on how to report news. They done got confused on everything. When confusion comes, things that are being held together start coming apart. Confusion will not allow unity. Understanding. It takes truth to unite persons, places, and things. You see, the absence of it, things start coming apart. Because the same thing it took to build it, that's what it takes to maintain it.
Great day. The judgment. He's so wise and powerful. He makes everything of the creation to bear him witness that this is the day of judgment. And it makes you and me and write down what we do and say. Sit in church, all the nations of the earth, having the power over their thoughts, them to now fighting, turning them insane. You see it going on? So that they can. The great and terrible day of God is come. And as it is written, my friend, there is none that can stand in this time that we now are in of nature. All nature now has been turned against America's to war against for the destruction of America. Her wealth, her money, as the chain on this different. You have done injustice to the poor, the so-called American Negro. Wages. You have put them up, buried them in mountains, sent them out of the country to another place. The enemies of yours, when they come against you, they don't no way that bound to come to pass. Poor America. As one writer says, oh, to the land that is shattered with wings. It is America's full of planes, soaring the skies over her country. But woe unto her that they, so says the parable of Jesus in Rich Man Died. That people, a poor old so-called Negroes, the black slave, he suffered for the lack of even good food and good clothes and a good shelter. Let them live out of doors. Burn their homes down if they had a good one. To show you how much he hates you to even to. Should not God do something about a people like that? Slip around under the cover of doctrines that your house of just to do something about this. This is the day of judgment. She's back. Oh, that she has done against you and me. She will. These calamities will pass over one day, and that we will be ruling rose. Bible and Holy Quran, teachings of destruction of people in the past obeyed God and disobeyed His messengers and seek to kill the messengers of God. And some they did great things. The judgment. Great things. The judgment. If the scripture is true, and it is, that the Lord says, that it is His own goodwill to give thee the kingdom. Well, if it's His own goodwill to give us the kingdom, and backs it up by other prophecies by saying, He taketh the kingdom from whom He pleases, and give it to whom He pleases. This is a broad hint that He will take this country and give it. And if He don't do that, He's well able to destroy it and give it to no one. Whether He shows how He could take the country without, He have already. He can take it without lighting a match.
Easy. Them 7 angels that's up there in the brain. By the grace of your Lord, you are not insane. You really don't know how vulnerable everybody is, even though you see signs of it among the righteous and the wicked. People with mental issues that need to correct imbalances in their system. You you in a dreadful day. As the messenger said, in that day no one will be sure. If prophets were saying, I'm worried about myself, where does that leave everybody else? If the righteous scarcely shall be saved, where shall the sinners and ungodly be? Salvation is a gift. It ain't something you earn. That's a gift. You walk around here acting like you got some inside track. You ain't got no inside track on nothing around here. You better keep your duty. This is the day where what's written in the Word of God is going to be done. And the things that I've told you to leave alone and stop doing, you're responsible for that. Like you can play with it if you want, but I gave you the instruction. If you don't follow that instruction, you're gonna answer. Yeah. Yeah. You know. And all I'm gonna tell you when you start answering is, didn't I tell you? Um, just whatever you need to get straight, that's crooked, you better get straight. I'm just telling you. And you see these people, here this man, how you think? I mean, they asked him about his team, and he said, I'm the team. How do you think that make the people feel that's been trying to work for him? I told you he done lost his mind. Hey man, when you in business and you start uh, letting your employees think that they don't mean nothing to you. I mean, you running that company by yourself? No, you're not. And so, you got to be careful what you let fly out your mouth. Now, he's supposed to be a businessman. Right? He's delusions of grandeur. I tell all of you all, remember, it is the truth that I have shared with you that will bring peace to you. If you think it's anything else, you are lost. What did Jesus tell his disciples? He said this: if you continue in my words, then you will be my disciples in your deeds, and you shall know the truth. And that truth will make you free and keep you free from being misled. Are we clear? Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. The truth is what frees us from being able to be deceived. And the devil and those whom he deceived was cast alive into the lake of fire. Huh? In the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone. Yeah. You know. When you tell somebody something, when you warn somebody of a reality, and they go against your warning, the bridge is out, man. And you flagging them and telling them the bridge is out. And they flip you the bird. Huh? Well, they go to hell alive. While they talk. What that fool said? Sound like he said the bridge is out. Oh, that fool don't know what he's talking about. They barreling on down there and they see by the time they realize it's out, they can't stop. Yeah. So they are cast alive into the pit. Knowing they about to fall into it and can't do nothing about it. Was told, man, I should have listened. Huh? All that comes back up. That's what you're gonna be saying. You should have listened. Always had something better to do. Always had something else in your mind when you should have been listening. Well, come in here if you wasn't gonna listen. What point is that? If I got to be somewhere, I'm gonna try to get something out of being there. You wouldn't hate class so much if you pay attention when you got in here, because it would cause your mind to start changing, growing. It's just like some of you all forsake your meetings that you're supposed to have with each other. The book says, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together. What's that about? And you talking about you helping build a nation? How you helping build a nation and can't stand to be around each other? Whatever I give you, it ain't gonna last because what? You won't work together to make it last. Because you can't stand to be around each other. This what's happening with the white man now. He the new Negro. They done gave themselves some labels, Democrats and Republicans, and forgot that they brothers. I mean, that's the one thing that the Nation of Islam, they taught that they even forgot. But when you had authority over people, if you was the captain, then you was brother captain, you was brother minister, you was brother squad leader, you was brother lieutenant. You was brother's secretary, but you was brother first. The messenger said, we must first. They forgot that and lost everything they had because they forgot that, yes, you in authority, but you just a brother, just like that brother you have authority over. Lieutenant don't make you better than the man. But that is what happens when you forget righteousness and think something else is more important. So, it's just like somebody in charge of something. For me, means you don't have no problem with them. Because all you have to do is just do what, if they tell you to do something, do it in that particular field or whatever. But no, we can't stop, you know. And that's why we've been down for all of this time. And if you don't get over it, you ain't never gonna get up. I'm trying to give you the kingdom, but you seem to be resisting. Some of you act all right until somebody disagrees with you, and then you go all off crazy. What is that? So the only way to get along with you is just don't ever question letting you say or do, or don't ever correct you on nothing. That makes you a fool. Fools despise correction. I used to hear people tell me stuff, and I still hear people say things to me. When somebody with me talking crazy sometimes, I don't pay that no attention. But if they make something, make a statement about something they think they've observed in me that's not right, that conversation I ain't through with that conversation just because they through talking. I go sit down and think about what they said to me. You think you see every aspect of yourself. If you could see every aspect of yourself, then you know that in order to do that, you have to look at yourself through other people's eyes. You can't do that when you're stuck on yourself and think that there's something wrong with everybody else, not you. And that's why you're so hard to get along with, because you think there's something wrong with everybody but you. When you learn to be self-critical and recognize that you got some character flaws, people, and you be willing looking for theirs so you can tell. That's what most of you do when somebody tell you something. You'd like to do it to me. Some of you haven't even tried it. But the fact of the matter is, what you think is a character flaw in me is not a character flaw. Most of the time, you mad because it's an attribute of God that you don't like. I'm Allah's servant. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you know, you don't forget whose servant I am. I'm not your servant. All y'all was told to bow down and obey me. I wasn't told to bow to you. So, you know, who on this planet think that I'm supposed to bow to you? I should bow to you. This is your chance. You say you somebody special. Explain to me, explain to all of us why I should bow to you. I mean, you say I have the audacity to stand up here and say that the whole world is supposed to bow. And I also have evidence to prove why I have that audacity. Now, where's your evidence? And everybody that's bowing to me should bow to you and not me. You notice when I ask the average one of them, what are you doing besides running your mouth? You know, most people that talk, and that's all they're doing, they confront you as though that's all you doing. Do you understand? And when they find out you doing something more than that, they act like they don't know about that. You think them Negroes that come in here insulting me ain't looked at all of the things that I've been building and guiding you to build? They've been looking. They come in here and pretend they don't know nothing about that. But they want to be over somebody so they can continue to be lazy. Like most of these Negroes, they didn't want freedom. They wanted to be the slave master. Listen to me good now. That's why most of them around here, the ones that mad at me, that's what they're mad about. They running game on their own people, pretending that they care so much about you and don't care nothing about you. But what they can use you for and what they can pick your pocket. That's what you care about. That's why they won't help me. Yeah. Some of them just so in love with the white man that they don't want to hear nothing from nobody that ain't white. Do you hear me? He done messed them up so much. I mean, you can tell. I just walk in the house and see whose picture all over the wall. Now, how can he respect somebody like that? You think a white man sitting up got pictures of black people hanging up on his wall talking about this my Jesus? If you take him a picture of black Jesus, it's I don't want that. That's what he'll tell you. Where'd you bring that to me from? That's what he'll tell you. And I don't blame him. I mean, if you're going to make up a God, at least you ought to have sense enough to make up one that look like you. He made up one that looked like him. Huh? Well, that's what he did. He made up and he he asked his brother, "Hey, you want to be Jesus?" He fixed him up, put a little robe on him, and comb his hair real nice, and put his beard in order, and said, "Now hold still." And he take his picture, flip him $50 or whatever, and then he go and duplicate them and sell them to Walmart and all them other places. And you go in there, he know who's gonna come in there and buy it. Yeah. Oh man, we were educated. We who have been educated strictly and solely by white people, and we happen to be black people, we are justified to be nothing but a fool. Well, I'll give you the first proof of that. You know he enslaved you. So you couldn't think he have your best interest at heart. Slavery don't teach you that. Slavery teach you that he don't care nothing about what's in your best interest. I didn't hear you. Oh, okay. Now, then since you know he don't have your best interest at heart, why you send your children there to be taught by him? I remember once I sent one of mine there, and the sister was visiting us from Georgia, because I didn't have no school at the time. It was just me and my family in the house there with my children, and my stepson, he was of school age, you know. As a matter of fact, high school age. And so the high school, yeah, I didn't really want to, but I did. And some sisters from Georgia came to visit us and to see what we're doing. And I had built a bakery. I think I had built a bakery at that time. And they said, where do you have a school? I said, high school over there. And the sister, she asked me, she said, sending your children to the devil's school? And it was the way she asked. I felt embarrassed, you know. So I built me a barber shop in a schoolroom. And, it was, so that was an error for me, not a mistake. I already knew I should have a school, but I wasn't ready to do that. At least I didn't think I was ready to do that. But it's certain things. It's just like having children. Most of the children that exist, their parents wasn't even trying to get them here. It's just that when they come, you deal with it. Because that's likewise even if you have to set up class under a shade tree. That's not white people's responsibility to educate our babies. That's our responsibility. He educates his babies to come out respecting, honoring, and ready to serve his civilization. If you send yours over there, he will teach them to come out respecting and honoring and ready to serve his civilization. That's so ain't no sense in, getting mad at him because he didn't make you send your child over there. You sent him. And he sets a criterion of what your child is taught. Because you exert some man, you could take some say-so over what your children need to learn in order to help your community. But you scared. You keep talking about what you can't do. And when you think you can't exercise your manhood and you're supposed to be a man, and your womanhood and you're supposed to be a grown woman, well, someone who's not afraid to exercise their man and womanhood, which happen to be white people, it's certainly you how to run your house. You won't run it. They even stand up and tell your children to call them if they think they've been mistreated. Telling your babies to call him for mistreatment. You done forgot his history with you. They couldn't even keep a statue representing Emmett Till from being vandalized. He got shot up. They had to replace it. They had to put a bulletproof on that. And because that's how much we are hated by some of these people. But don't fret yourself. They're the ones that I'm warning. Allah told me to warn the wicked for his mind be taken from him. See, you wakes up in your right mind and you take that for granted. Like, there ain't nothing can take you. Wait and see. Just wait and see. I'll let you hear the messenger talk about what happened to some of these people. That's what he said. Allah don't have to strike a match. He can take this country. He can take the whole planet without striking one match. Don't even have to make no earthquake. Don't have to make no tornadoes. Don't have to make no hurricanes. Don't have to make no snow and ice. Those things are a mercy to you. He just flip you out and take your mind from you. Then you'll go do it to yourself. Let your devils, turn the devils loose inside of you. The only thing holding your devils in check now is Allah, the truth. Do you think you ain't got no devils in you? You gonna tell me you ain't never had no nightmare, you was glad you woke up? Them was your devils in your head. Hinkling over. Anytime you think a dog telling you to come, that's your devils talking to you. Your own crazy thoughts. And the only thing that keeps you sane is the truth that's in your mind, enabling you to distinguish between crazy and sane. Now, that line's starting to get blurred. That's how you got Donald Trump for president. That line of crazy and insane done got blurred in most of y'all. But you think that's just people? Negroes put Donald Trump in there too. Yes, you did. That's why you don't talk about him. Donald Trump done helped us. One tried to come up to me trying to tell me, Doug, I said, man, you talked to the wrong one. I ain't fall out with him. I mean, that's his business who he want to vote for. That's what you want to do. But now I'm understanding that all of you going crazy together. Man, there was, got off the Access Hollywood thing. If that had, if you were sane, you'd have said, no, this man can't be president. That man can't control his mouth. How you gonna control the country and can't control his mouth? And you gonna put him in charge of the country? You got to be dumber than him. Which means that it's almost too late for me to talk to you. You can do is sit there and feel guilty and mad at me, wishing somebody would hear me. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But do I look like I'm scared you gonna kill me? Yeah. Listen to this.
Don't have to have no fun. Take it very easy. And you can go around and get even with Johnny for mistreating you. This is so as I'm standing here. Then he shown me how he could do so with the punishment he put on some of my followers, who was hypocrites. As good as they say, what can he do when he gets like that? Take my life. So he let him get to me. Then we got a hold of him. And brother, I don't want him to get a hold of me like that. The Holy One said it is the worst chastisement. He don't chastise like anyone else.
And know you're crazy and can't do nothing about it. Now you talk about him. And he don't let nobody bother you either. He don't let you can't get no help from nobody. And I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Just like the messenger said, well, I don't want that. No. I don't want that on nobody. Wouldn't wish that on nobody. You don't know what you're saying when you start talking about you wish the chastisement of Allah. You better bite your tongue. Because the sad part is some of y'all guilty of the very thing you want somebody else to be chastised for. So if Allah gonna put it on him, are you aware you asking for it to be put on you too? But when he punishes that, he will punish everyone who have not gotten forgiveness for it. I'm not here because one or two, a few people are out of order. I'm here because the whole world is out of order. The whole world is being judged. On all 7 continents and every island. Everybody is being judged. That's why since the word is God, Well, then how's God going to judge the world if everybody on the planet can't get to the word? Well, now everybody can get to the word. While I was growing, the internet was being established. Everybody was savvy with the internet and all that. Got it, cell phones and all kind of things to connect to the what? Internet. Ain't my fault if you didn't have sense enough to listen when a man was telling you he's the Son of Man and putting it out there like I'm putting it out there. Don't say you ain't heard about me. Yes, you have. How in the world a black man in America gonna declare that he the Lord and all on the internet and ain't nobody heard about it? Oh yeah, there's a nigga over there in America talking about he the Son, he the Lord. I'm gonna go in there and give him a piece of my mind. You ain't got too many pieces left. You better hold on to what you got. You ain't got but a piece anyway. Anyway, let's go on back to this.
It's the worst. It's the next thing to death. When you get something next to death, brother, you're in that fix. I saw it. He shown me just how that he will chastise those that will not believe and obey. He don't want to kill you. He told me not to do so. Well, you say, well, I can slap you down with one hand. Well, that is right. But you can't slap that which I may desire against you down like that. So, it is a terrible thing. With this slow marching. I'm getting hungry. When is you going to get through with this slow marching stuff? But you professional people, we have all you can do if you would join up with us. One thing I must remind you of, I cannot accept you to work for me unless you want to be right. If you don't want to be right now, it won't be you working for me. I will be working against you. I want you to know these things. Professional people, that I'm here to lay the foundation for a new world, new government.
Did you hear that? It will be upon his shoulder. That's what he was preparing the way for me. That's why what you had from him, it only upholds me. That's why you don't come in here and try to argue with me no more. Because everything they think he said that will fight me, they see that when I get through showing them the meaning of it, it's upholding me. Huh? Why I'm the only one that played the theology of time? How come ain't nobody playing the theology of time and saying this condemns that man that say he the Son of Man? No. You can't find no prophet's words to condemn me with. They wasn't told to condemn me. They was told to bear me witness. I told them of book and wisdom. Then a messenger will come to you verifying that which is with you. You shall believe in him. And you shall lead him. And he asked them, he said, do you affirm and accept my compact in this matter? They said, we do affirm. And then you bear witness. And I too am of the bearers of witness with the Son of Man. Yeah. Only he said, I too am of the bearers of witness with you. His name shall be called Emmanuel, meaning God with us. That's right. The truth was with all of them, and the truth is with me. The truth is, and the truth I speak.
And we can't follow the old world and its government. We're going to build a new government. And the government is the government of Russia. I want you to know that. Hereafter means after the destruction of the wicked and their wicked government. That's what we mean when we say hereafter. And the hereafter is coming soon for America. So terribly wrong until God is tired of waiting on us to make up our. As you have it there in the Bible, it goes something like this, that let him that is righteous be righteous still, let him be wicked still, for I come quickly. That he's making up his mind to come. He has given us 60 or more years to make up our mind. A long time waiting on people guilty of doing every known no good at all. So living around among the wicked, and they invented more wicked every hour for you to practice. He don't let you sleep at night unless he entertains you with nothing but evil and he keeps your mind on filth and evil and put us under such condition and now still trying to repent for her that we are guilty of these things. And I wish you to do something about it. So we have treated you all terribly, terribly bad. Well, witness to what I was charging him with. He wasn't doing this voluntarily. I had hemmed him up.
And you know he ain't lying, because I got him in the sense. He would not stand a chance. But because we made him what he is, one of our scientists made him what he is. He didn't make himself. Then it would be unjust to punish him for being and doing what he was made to be and do. Do you understand? So what he being punished for is not for being the devil, but for not recognizing and remembering that he was told in the Sabbath day to stop his work. If he keep on working now, his mind is being taken. You see, so many of them going crazy now. Huh? You think you can fight against your creator? No, you're not going to fight me. You're not going to fight us. As I told you, I just look like I'm by myself. There's 144,000 of them with me. Right there. And they teach me day and night.
Honestly, forcing them to admit these things. They will admit that I'm teaching you righteousness when you go out there and ask one. He'll tell you who, Muhammad? Yeah, he says, he's teaching you all. He may tell you that. He said, but he's right on that. He told me out of his own mouth. He said, Muhammad, isn't it true that your people will not believe anything that you teachers tell them unless we white people, as you call us, the blue-eyed devil, that we put our stamp of approval on it. Not going to believe anything. And that's true. When you go to college, as I've been told, as I have a son, he's over there. He went, tried to put him through every college, sent him to Al-Azhar in Egypt, and he still is a disbeliever. So he told me, he said, Dad, he said, when you go to these colleges and universities, he said, they make you an infidel.
Now, you heard that? Allah going to change his law and change his way of dealing simply because you came out of my loins? Disbeliever, then me and you ain't family. That's just the way that is. You see, Jesus was the same way. His brother and his mother and sisters, he had siblings. And they was standing outside. He's in there teaching. They stand outside, talking about they want to see him a minute. And Jesus looked at them when they told him, your mother and your brethren are outside and want to speak with you. Jesus looked at them and said, who is my mother? And who is my brother? He said, whosoever doeth the will of my Father, the same as my mother and my brother and sister. Obviously, he didn't go out there. Huh? So it's just like when people call me, sometime I will answer during the meeting. Most time, if I'm in the middle of a meeting, I won't answer them. I just put the phone on, unless I think it's somebody that's trying to reach me that is sometime Allah let me know it's something important. I let you hear it. I think it's kind of rude for the be whenever you in a conversation with somebody and phone ring. Me, I'll put mine on speaker and let the other person hear who's that calling me or whatever. Because I just, I like people to be at peace talking to me around me. And so I ain't talking about it unless they got something they need to discuss that don't nobody need to hear, but like confessions and stuff like that. And we don't get into that over no telephone, no. So most of the time it's otherwise I wouldn't have you talking to me over no telephone. So most of the time I don't have private agendas. I don't do private teaching. All my teaching is done from right here. You see, that way you can't go out and lie and say I said something I didn't say, because everybody hear me. Somebody gonna tell you no, he didn't say no such thing. So people don't mind lying on you. You know that. All y'all know that, right? Yeah, they'll lie on you in a minute. So, but they was over in the east who say they was calling the messenger, calling what the Nation of Islam was teaching shirk. They was calling it, calling us infidels and whatnot. That's what his son came back and said. When you go over there, they make you a disbeliever. They're teaching shirk that Muhammad didn't, and because he didn't know the Holy Quran, he don't know the Holy Bible. He don't know that the man of sin had to be revealed, because he ain't really paid attention to the fact that those people overseas, they didn't come here and teach you and me Islam. We got introduced to Islam by Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, you wasn't concerned about us before we got the teachings of Islam. Now, here you come want to tell us that what we've been taught is wrong. But you wasn't teaching us nothing. That automatically makes you suspect to me. I mean, we didn't have nothing. And you came and you was coming in and out of this country and you didn't share anything with us. Now all of a sudden you want to teach us Islam after we got it? And you come on. I'm not telling you that I can't discuss with you your disbelief in what I'm teaching. I love to discuss what I'm teaching with whoever want to talk about it. But the one thing you will notice about us that's different than you came into some of Muhammad's temples and was saying that the messenger was not no messenger, and he was teaching us false, not true Islam. Didn't nobody try to kill you. If somebody came over there in your mosque and told you Muhammad wasn't no messenger or whatnot, you ready to kill him. Where in the Holy Quran or in any scripture does it say if somebody say they don't believe in a messenger of God, kill them? Even when it says slay the hypocrites, where you find them? Go and slay somebody, well, you need to get some understanding. Because on the one hand, you need to say, well, God, you said thou shalt not kill. Now you saying it's okay to kill somebody? No, that's not what he was saying. Flesh is not a hypocrite. The mind that's in the flesh is the hypocrite. Flesh just do what it's told. So to slay the hypocrite is to hurl truth against the lie. Condemn the hypocrisy. And then the hypocrite might get shamed and correct himself. That's why it says slay the hypocrites wherever you find them. Hey, hypocrites ain't just religious hypocrites. You got hypocrites, and you notice they got even though it may not really be nothing but a name, but for hypocrites in the police force, they have an internal affairs division that investigates crooked police. You got the National Bar Association that you can report crooked lawyers to. They'll disbar them. Slay the hypocrite where you find them. Huh? I told you, if you go by the actions and the deeds of people, America is one of the most Muslim countries on the planet. In practice, you can't force no religion on people, no compulsion in religion. They made that their laws. They got things set up to slay hypocrites where you find them. I can't just see the bad in people. I have to see the good that's being done too. When you don't like somebody, you don't see no good in them no more. You don't hear their evil. True. Monkey portrays the hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. They got 3 monkeys sitting there. Monkeys. Why not just tell the truth? Why not just see what's there? See the truth. Hear the truth. Speak the truth. So the messenger talked about his own son. He didn't make no judgment. No. That's how you teach your sons to be men. By example. Even if it's your family, you bear witness to the truth if it's against you. Do you understand? Trouble with you all is you sometimes think that the truth is something that it ain't. Messengers of God can judge everybody. They were told to go and give warning. You were told that we sent no messenger, but that you should obey him. The people start trying to judge God's messenger. And they got judged. That's the mistake many made with me. That's why they ain't here now. You ain't my judge. You one that I got to try to save. You ain't here to save me. Which one of y'all think I need you to save me? Who came and got who? Well, then obviously I don't need you to save me.
And he still is a disbeliever. So he told me, as I've been told, that I have a son, he's over there. He went, tried to put him through every college, sent him to Alabama in Egypt, and he still is a disbeliever. So he told me, he said, Dad, he said, when you go to these colleges and universities, he said, they make you an infidel. He said, you don't believe like you do. And he said, oh, Dad, I didn't mean that you wasn't right. I said, well, I mean this, son, what I said. That you know, and that now you can take it or leave it. Well, he's teaching school in Tennessee, down there to the devil. Well, so my beloved listeners and professional people,
Now, did you hear that? I certainly am not. The minute you stop believing in me, it ain't nothing I can say to you that's going to help you. Because in order for me to help you, as the book says, you can't come to God unless you believe that He is God. That's the first thing you have to believe. You have to believe that the man that the truth is with, you have to believe that He is the man that the truth is with. If you don't believe that, then what am I going to reconvert you with when you done already doubted that I'm what I claim to be? After you believed. You didn't used to doubt. You used to tell people about me. What's done changed? I haven't changed what I'm teaching. You changed and decided that something out there in that world was more important to you than me. You were told that when you are free from anxiety, in other words, when you got peace of mind, work hard in the cause of Islam and make your Lord your exclusive object to give your loyalty to. You should have did that, but you did something else, and it's written here. I mean, I got stuff written here. You got to be careful what you give yourself over to, because you got to answer for that. Like this here in 1 Corinthians. I'm giving you this to remind you that there's nothing that's going on in the world that Allah's word have not adjudicated. That's why it's called the judgment. It says in the 7th chapter of 1 Corinthians, and I'm on it says, let's start at the 20th verse. Well, the 19th verse. It says, circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing. Now, this is, you know how people like to glory in all of this stuff of the flesh as though it's going to somehow make you righteous or unrighteous. No. Just like eating with unwashed hands. And Jesus told the people, he said, your disciples eating and didn't wash their hands. And Jesus says that it's not that which goes into the body that defileth the man, but that which comes out. Tell me something. If I'm out there working or whatever and decide I'm going to eat me something or whatnot, what is that to you if I don't wash my hands? Whose body is that going into? Where did my body come from? so, it's certain things that if you eat to live, eating with unwashed hands ain't gonna make you or break you. You know, not saying that I don't believe in washing my hands. So don't you go out of here talking about son of man said we don't have to wash our hands. You just a son of man lie. Here you got soap, you got convenient water and everything, and you ain't got sense enough to wash your hands before you go in. But that don't make you righteous. Some of the serial killers wash their hands. If for no other reason than to get the DNA off of them. I mean, so washing your hands is just civilized. What is the point of having access to those type of things if you're not going to use them? In other words, you'd rather walk around nasty. So that's you. Anyway, so he said circumcision is nothing and uncircumcision is nothing. But the keeping of the commandments of God, that's what's important. That's the whole duty of man. See how it goes right back to what another one said? Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Didn't say stay uncircumcised. It simply said, fear God and keep his commandments. But that's the whole duty of man. Now here you being reminded by Paul of what Solomon said. And it says, let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. You are part of, and a messenger of God came to you. You abide in that teaching that messenger gave to you until the Lord come and straighten it all out. Huh? Let every man abide in that wherein he was called. In the same calling. And it says, art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. That's right. The messengers of God are servants. As Jesus said, who is greatest? He that sitteth at meat or him that serveth? He said, yet I am as one that serveth. Huh? To show you. I mean, which person manifests their worth? The one who's sitting down being served or the one who's doing the serving? He that is greatest among you, let him be the servant of all. You see? See, servant has more than one meaning. That's all I do, serve y'all. That's why you got so many things. Because I've been serving you. At the same time, I'm not your servant. Huh? Okay. Yes, Curtis?
Yes, Marvin, how are you?
I ain't grumbling. Man. Give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes and I'll be right out.
Here at the university?
Yes, sir. I'm inside here. We in prayer service. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a few. Y'all saved by the glass, man. Saved for me continue this lecture here. But anyway, just remember. Hut, chant, hut. Original salute. Ready, front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they've heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I've been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. Now, O Father, Allah, in heaven praised is and be thy holy and righteous name. Let thy kingdom come and thy will be done on the earth, as it is written in the heaven. Give us this day the understanding and hearts that ever incline to thy truth and thy righteousness. And forgive us our trespasses, and help us to forgive those of our brethren who may trespass against us. And leave us not alone during the times of temptation, but please stand by us and deliver us from all the evils thereof. For thine is the kingdoms of the heavens and the earth, and the power and the glory over them both are thine forever and ever. Amen, amen, and amen. Hut, change, hut. Original salute. Ready in front. You may be seated. Did any of you have something you wanted to ask me? Well, then we will take up more. Nothing that could come up. It ain't nothing that could come up that haven't been addressed in this by some prophet. That's why the messenger said, we all are Allah. That's why he told me if I want to talk to Allah, he said, read the scripture. In there, I took the whole of it. So all praise is due to Allah. So I'm going to dismiss you, and I got to get out here and talk with the glass man. He's got to measure these windows and stuff. I got to decide what I want him to do about it. And, so I forgot. Right. May Allah's salam alaikum.